Hey everyone, GamerJlee here, and joining me as always is
Insane Matt.
And welcome to a very special video where today we are here to talk about the latest update for Halo 5 Guardians, the Monitor's Bounty. Now, honestly, Matt, this is probably the biggest update we've gotten for Halo 5 Guardians. Would you agree?
Well, I would agree that it's the biggest. Also, it's the best.
Yes, I also agree. And a number of people who are basically a part of the community have basically came back to the game just to check it out and have basically decided to stick with the game for now. Now, the honest truth is, I was basically done with this game. I thought it was basically done. It was gonna basically be less popular than the Master Chief Collection, because honestly I much rather play MCC or Halo Online, aka the El Dorito mod, more than this. But they kind of changed my mind, because for the past month I've not been paying attention to any Halo news. I did not know that there was a new Halo book that came out, which I'm way behind on that. I still need to listen to that book. I did not know about all the new stuff that was coming out with this update, the 650 new Forge items, which I'm not going to be covering in this video. I'm going to leave that to people like Duquesne and Forge Labs and all them to talk about that stuff. That's their territory. They know that better than anyone. But
yeah, it's not really our territory.
I thought the best place for us to be is to talk about the actual update. And what better place to start than with the multiplayer? And I think we're going to start with the biggest part of this update, the biggest game-changing part of this update, the customs browser. Now, in my honest opinion, this is the best part of the update, because they've added this to both Xbox One and PC. And if you don't mind, Matt, I'm going to talk real quick about this.
Go for it.
Basically, the thing I feel about this is a key piece to keeping the community together. A lot of people out there go into ranked, go into social, and what do? They don't use mics. They don't talk. They don't communicate. They don't do anything. But let's say you go into this customs browser and you take a look at any of these things that show up. Okay, you've got swords tournament. That's pretty cool. You have a sword tournament. That's pretty awesome. You've got duck hunt, a bunch of people in there. You've basically got all these different game types. And let's say that you want to find like classic, non-sprint, aim down sights kind of Halo, right? What's cool about this is you can find those matches and you could be playing with people you relate with, people that you enjoy the game, with. And the thing for me is that when we were playing the other night and we were playing Halo 3 Jenga, and we were playing I tried to find a rocket race thing. I don't think anyone's really created one yet. I was getting excited because the opportunities are endless with this, and I think it's going to get people to come out of their shell and basically start talking and start making friends and start growing the community again, just like it was in Halo 3 back when people would actually talk and send out messages for custom games. I remember back in the day, and Matt, you can probably put your 2 cents on this, but don't you remember all the times we would be playing a matchmaking game and all of a sudden we would get a message from someone saying, "Message to all recent players, let's go."
Oh my god, those were the most annoying messages ever.
Well,
I get like 100 of them a day.
Well, to me they weren't annoying. It just depended on what the custom game mode we were playing was. The ones that were annoying is, wait, I'm gonna interpret what it sounded like. "Message to all recent players. I am cleaning up my friends list. If you don't want to be my friend, then remember." Like, that's how it sounded on the Xbox 360. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, that's about right. That's about right.
But honestly, the community was way strong then, and people weren't afraid to join these kind of games, and they would have their mics on and they would talk and laugh and have good times. But those kind of memories went away with Halo 4, with Halo 5. Like Reach, they still had those kind of memories, but when 4 and 5 happened, it started to die. This is a good thing, and honestly, I think it's one of the best parts of the update. Don't you agree, Matt?
It's my favorite part. It might be my favorite. Actually, you know what? It might not be. I take that back. It is my favorite part out of any update. because I've wanted this forever. Like, I wanted it in Halo 3, I wanted it in Reach, I wanted it in every game.
Right, because one, PC gamers usually have something like this, where people have hosted servers. In a majority of the Valve games, like Gary's Mod, you have a lot of hosted servers, so on and so forth. A lot of options when it comes to that. And that's why those communities are so strong. That's why Minecraft communities are so strong. That's why a lot of these modded games, or games that basically focus around, you know, basically creating your own, you know, servers and having a community, stay so strong. Even Battlefield, which basically has always had, like, you know, the rented servers and so on and so forth, has been extremely strong because of that option. Because you know the people that are in those servers, and if you know it's a, you know, community that you can trust, you're going to go back to that server all the time, or you're going to go back to that player whenever it comes to playing their, you know, game types and stuff. And you'll make new friends, and you'll probably join like a custom game night or something, and it'll be a lot of fun. But this is honestly the best part of the update, and I think it's going to be the most influential or game-changing part of the update. But with the good, there also is some bad, and we're going to cover a little bit of both during this update. And I'm also going to say a lot of praise towards 343 for what they did, and I'm also going to give some negativity. So Matt, the next thing I would like to talk about, and we can kind of basically discuss this here because you and me just experienced this, and there will be some gameplay up on the screen. We went and tested out the two new weapons that were added into the game.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, we're still sick, so.
Yes, we're both still sick, but we're forcing ourselves to make this video because we love you guys and we wanted to give our opinions on this.
And we have to torture ourselves.
Yes, it gets us turned on. But, you know, the thing is that they added two key weapons. Now, we haven't tested out the vehicles, and the vehicles they added were new versions of the Wasp, which you've flown the Wasp, but you.
Oh, really? Was it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they had added a new version of the Wasp, which I haven't had a chance to test out. I probably will soon.
It was really fast.
Yes, and they also added the anti-air Wraith. They actually made that a playable vehicle now.
I always wanted to drive that.
Yeah, well, there was a glitch where you could in Halo 3, but that was a glitch. We've never really had the opportunity to do that. But let's talk about the two weapons that were added into the game, which are the grenade launcher from Halo Reach, and then a new version of the Sentinel Beam. Now, the grenade launcher from Reach, I've never been a major fan of, mainly because I sucked with the weapon. And, you know, there were some people that were really good with that weapon back in the day, and they could do anything with that, you know, the Pro Pipe, which there is a variation in the rec system called the Pro Pipe, which is pretty cool. But, honestly, you know, they loved this thing, and everyone wanted it to come back in the Memories of Reach update. It wasn't there. It never came in the Memories of Reach update, which was really frustrating to a lot of people, including myself. And I said, you know, we could probably use something like that, and it never happened. So, Matt, how do you feel about the, you know, Halo 5/Halo Reach grenade launcher being in the game?
So, I'm going to agree with you. I never liked it in Reach because I sucked with it. But I got to admit, whenever you do get a kill with it, it's really satisfying. Mm-hmm. Maybe just because I suck with it, and whenever I do actually kill somebody with it, I'm like, hey, finally I actually killed somebody.
Well, for me, what it was is it was just a lot of fun because what we did was we made the primary weapon and the secondary weapon. Primary weapon was the grenade launcher. Secondary weapon was the Sentinel Beam, and we just went around and just tried trick-shotting and stuff.
It was really fun. If you have a friend, I recommend doing that. Yeah,
and what you could also do is you could host one of these custom game servers and basically, you know, create this, you know, mode and, you know, make a mode, title it, because that's what they see whenever they go into this custom game browsers. They see the title of the game mode and the title of the map, so they know you're playing, oh, I'm playing Duck Hunt Infection on Duck Hunt, you know, SMC. You know, they know what it is, you know what I mean? So basically it's going to draw more people in if they know what you're doing in a server. But the grenade launcher is actually, in my opinion, a lot better in this game than in Reach. And a lot of people said, well, it's exactly the same grenade launcher as in Reach. I think there's a little bit of differences because I feel like you have to have the grenade a lot closer than you did in Reach. In Reach, I remember that grenade could be pretty far from you and you could detonate and it could be an insta kill. So I think they optimized it a little bit better.
See, I never worried about that. I just always try to get direct hits.
Right. You were always like, oh, I'm going to use it like a brute shot kind of.
Yeah.
You know, like the brute shot was one of my favorite weapons in Halo 3. I didn't like the brute shot in Halo 2. Brute shot in Halo 3 though, like I liked that weapon.
Well, in Halo 2 it bounced all over the place.
Now, let's move on to the next weapon that came out, which is the new Sentinel Beam, which I think is called the Constructor Beam, or I don't remember exactly what the beam was entitled, but one thing I will say, and god damn it, Total Biscuit, why are you streaming at 3 o'clock in the morning? You should be asleep, sir. One thing I'm going to say about the Sentinel Beam is that it is actually deadly for once. I've never felt in Halo 1 or 2 that the Sentinel Beam was deadly.
Yeah, the Sentinel Beam in Halo 3 was like, the time to kill was like 10 seconds, I swear.
Right, in this game, it's pretty damn deadly.
And you can actually snipe with it.
Right.
The range is like almost infinite. It's ridiculous.
Right. It's basically like, you know, just a constant like beam. And I don't remember, but did it have a recharge? I'm sure it did. I'm sure it had a cooldown.
Yeah.
But I think it was a lot longer of a fire rate than the original 2 and 3, it felt like.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was.
Yeah, it honestly, I like it. I think it's going to be an awesome weapon. And what's cool is what they've been doing ever since the update where they had the Halo 2 BR is that they've been integrating these weapons that, you know, that they've had in the rec packs, but they've also been integrating them into Forge, so you can use them on your Forge maps and in your custom games, but they've also been integrating them in their multiplayer maps, like their actual, you know, standard ranked in social matches, right? Which we'll be talking about here in a short second. But the thing with these is that I cannot wait to see these integrated in either the ranked or social maps, because I think that's just gonna be fun and hectic, and getting to see maybe like a top 5, you know, trick shots where dude shoots a grenade and it bounces up top and he holds it and then lets go and gets like a triple kill or some shit, you know what I mean?
Do people even make those nowadays with Halo 5?
I'm sure that you could probably find someone who is. I'm sure
because they were all over YouTube back in the day, but I don't know about now.
I remember I found one of my favorite songs because of a Halo Reach, you know, trick shot montage. You know, it was a song by Cypress Hill, who made. By the way, Cypress Hill made Taz's theme song back in the WWE.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, I like these guys, and it's the guys that made Taz's theme song, so I'm gonna listen to this. But
I'm Taz.
I'm Taz. So let's not talk about Taz at the moment. Let's talk about the new update ranked in social playlist. Now, this is pretty interesting to me because they've now removed it as just multiplayer. Or arena. It's now ranked in social, and they've added a number of different social playlists. Now, if I'm correct, the only social playlists we originally had were Action Sack, Griff Ball, Infection, Big Team Battle, Super Fiesta was like, I thought a timed one. It might be a permanent one now. Shy Snipers wasn't there either, so that's new. We now have Team Skirmish, which is basically Social Slayer, like if you remember Halo 3, where it was a mix of Slayer and like objective modes like Capture the Flag. And we also have Triple Team, which if you remember, that's like multi-team where there was 3 teams of 3, but in Halo 3 was 4 teams of 2. But it honestly is really good. I like that we now have an official section for social. Now, I am going to say this. This came way too late. This should have been in the game from the beginning.
Right,
and
I 100% agree.
Right. Now, the Sentinel Beam and the grenade launcher, those shouldn't have been there from the very beginning. I actually like that they were added content because they were nostalgic items and they came later on. Now, the one thing about those items is that they were discovered in the PC version back when the PC version originally was launched back, like 2-3 months ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were discovered by GameJlee 13. Now, I'm not going to say, like, oh, well, this proves that, this or the other thing, but I just find it interesting, you know? Like, does this mean that it was already in the game or whatnot? I'm not going to say exactly, because obviously I don't understand it, you know, technically from... if so, go watch GameJlee. He's a great guy, does great content, really like his stuff. But this social area, we should have had all these social playlists to begin when the game came out. Am I happy they're here now? Yes, I definitely am. But shouldn't they have been here, you know, a while ago? Definitely. I think so.
Yep.
So, moving on from there, we now have the ranked playlists, which, by the way, they've added a few. Now, normally we have Team Arena, Team Slayer, Doubles, we have SWAT, and they've now added, we've also had Breakout, which I think was social before, now is ranked again. So that's interesting. I don't know if it was in ranked. So
I thought it was ranked originally.
It was ranked originally, they removed it, they put it back, made it social, and then and now they made it ranked again. I don't know.
Weird.
It's insane. But we also what?
Then it's the new Breakout, right?
Yes, it's the crappy Breakout that no one likes. Like I'm trust me, even people who we disagree with on our opinions with Halo, even they say they hate this version of Breakout. But we also still have the free-for-all playlist, but now we have a Team Snipers ranked playlist. Now this is pretty awesome, because the outcry from the community was we would like shoddy snipers and we would like Team Snipers. Honestly, I'm pretty happy. That's an awesome playlist to add into the, you know, the formation of the ranked, you know, system. A lot of people like that kind of, you know, game mode. It was one of my favorite game modes to play back in Halo 3, Halo Reach. You know, it's a fun playlist to play. Even in the Master Chief Collection, sometimes I just get bored and I want to go play snipers, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I tend to agree on that.
Yeah, so definitely a great playlist to add. I personally like it. Could have came a little sooner, yes, but, you know, it is here now. And the one thing is I'm glad that they have now made 2 different sections for ranked and social. Great choice on 343's end. Now, we are going to talk about one glaring problem.
Oh, what's that?
And we are going to talk about the Voices of War, or whatever the rec pack is, that gives you 3 brand new characters to voice for your multiplayer. And what this gives you is a grunt character, which I think his name's Yagma or something. He used to work for Joel Mandama. You get Buck, and then you also get the Monitor from Halo 5 Guardians, Exuberant Witness, who I personally liked. But the thing is that this pack does not give you the option to pick it up through the rec points. Not at all. It doesn't give you the option at all, Matt, to get them through the rec points.
I'm just like back here just chilling, you know, and I'm just like face palming. I'm face palming right now.
Right.
Because that just sounds so ridiculous. Like, how can they get more greedy?
Well, and the thing for me is that I was talking to my good friend Roni Boney, which, Matt, you've heard about my conversations with him. And one thing that we mentioned was, wouldn't it have been nice if this was given to people either during the anniversary of Halo 5 Guardians, or maybe, you know, for Christmas as a present of appreciation to the, you know, thing that we are going to give you this small little update for Christmas where you can have these different voices or something.
Right, I think that would have been way better suited. And I don't support this decision by 343 at all, but hear me out. What if they put in a voice where you got the old announcer?
Well, I believe it's the same guy who's voicing the...
Yeah, but ever since Halo 4, they changed him a lot. They made him sound real robot-y.
Right, I definitely
agree what I mean?
there. He does sound a little bit more metallic, like he's kind of been, like, you know, spring-trapped. Like that's kind of how he sounds, you know?
Right, yeah. And I kind of wish they put it in that feature where you can get the old voice, because I love the old voice. And Halo 4, I was just kind of like, well, okay, so before Halo 4 came out, I was really excited when they brought the old announcer back. I was like, yeah. And then when they gave us like a trailer with his voice in it, I was so disappointed. I was like, what the hell? This doesn't sound like him at all.
Right. It was definitely, it definitely sounded different from what was supposed to be. And they've kind of been changing his voice ever since like Halo 4. He even sounded different. But Halo 5, he just doesn't, you know, sound as, you know, he sounds even more different, which is kind of a turn off in my opinion. But for me, like, I still feel like these three characters should have just been given as a present or a gift for, you know, being loyal, you know, Halo fans and stuff. I think that would have been a nice gift, but obviously I disagree with their choices whenever it comes to, you know, doing this as a pack. But, you know, even that, not giving us the option to purchase this with rec points. You know, I literally have almost all the recs in the game. I have a abundance of rec points. I would like to spend them. I'm not just gonna buy gold packs if, you know, I have nothing really to unlock. Why not put it towards this pack of voices, which I would like? And the only one I really want is Buck, you know?
Right.
Now,
it makes me not want to buy them because I wouldn't spend actual money on them personally. Right, I don't know about you.
Yeah, the thing for me is that I've considered it, but I'm not gonna do it. It's just something that I've got to stand up against. The thing is that if they do it as individual characters later on, I would consider getting Buck. Not gonna lie, I would consider getting Buck if they did like for like rec points, and if they, you know, gave the option to get Buck by himself, or, you know, something like that. Even for the 3, as long as they give it as an option for rec points, because I wouldn't want to spend actual money on this. Now, the next part of the update that I would like to talk about is the observer mode. Now, I've heard multiple things about this. Now, the observer mode is very cool. Now, this was first revealed at the 2016 Halo World Championships, and it's basically like a spectator mode, like what you would see in CSGO, Matt. But what it shows is basically the statistics of each team's player. Like if they have a grenade, if they have, you know, a pistol, whatever weapon, and their stats, like are they dead, are they alive, you know, how I think it also has their score on there. I'm looking at a screenshot at the moment because supposedly, from a tweet I heard from Late Night Halo, the mode is broken. I've tried doing it, and it's been kind of glitchy to the point where I haven't been able to get it to work properly. So, guys, if you're able to get it to work properly, please explain to me how to do it, because I would like to see this. But it seems like an awesome feature if you were to host a tournament. Honestly, that would be pretty cool to have. Like they said, the 2016 Halo World Championships, this was basically meant to be an observer mode, so you could basically, you know, shoutcast, you know, a tournament, or you could host your own event and you could be, you know, kind of like doing commentary, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this
I
could
find that
what?
I was gonna say, I find that funny because back in the day, I remember Frank O'Connor talking about he was gonna try and put spectator mode in Halo 4, and he said that's just not possible with the 360 hardware.
Yeah.
And everyone thought it was gonna come with Halo 5 day one, and it turned out it didn't. And finally, it's now here, but it's broken.
Well, and I'm sure that they're gonna get it up and running. But the main thing about it is that it does look like an awesome feature, and I think it would be really cool for content creators who would like to do like a commentary, you know, kind of esportsy feel series, you know, something like that, where they're shoutcasting kind of like matches, you know.
Yeah,
it is honestly a really cool feature, and I think it's a great idea, but it feels like it's a little bit, you know, late in the execution, because honestly, they're gonna probably be, it says it was first revealed at the 2016 Halo World Championships, and the thing for me is how long is this going to be used? Was it worth adding the feature in whenever we don't know how long it's going to be honestly used?
See, honestly, in my opinion, if they were really smart, they would have actually put this in day one because of how they marketed the game as an esports game.
Right.
And if this was in the game day one, people would have been all over that.
Right, and I do agree with that. Definitely, I think that it would have been an awesome feature to have day one. Obviously, though, it did set them back because obviously it hasn't even been in their standard tournaments. They probably have been having to use like some sort of overlay or something like most tournaments do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is obviously a feature that is helping them out in the esports, and it obviously took them a little while, and they probably tested it. Basically, the esport players and the commentators basically got to beta test this, and now we've got it, and unfortunately, it's not working probably from what I'm hearing. But
that sucks.
I gotta hope that they're gonna fix this because I think that's a cool feature. I honestly think that's a cool feature. It's a great update. What do you think about it, Matt? Like overall, between everything we talked about, what do you think?
The pros definitely outshine the cons by a long shot. I mean, I don't care about the rest of the stuff compared to, you know, custom servers and all that.
And there were new recs, but the honest truth is I'm not gonna focus on those. The recs are honestly stuff that, you know, you can now use in Forge.
And honestly, they could have not even put the custom servers on the PC version. They could have just limited it to Xbox, and I gotta give him praise for,
now,
you know.
We did forget to mention something, and I'm gonna edit this in. We forgot to mention that there's one thing we're upset about the update. Where is the uncapped frame rate and the FOV sliders on the Halo 5 Forge on PC?
Yes, I can't believe you forgot about that. That was like my biggest complaint.
Right. Now I'm gonna have to jumble this around, but that was one thing we talked about. Is we heard immediately after the release that they were going to work on an FOV slider and an uncapped frame rate. We were hoping it was going to come in this update, obviously didn't. Now this is either A, too complicated to figure out, which, you know, would be surprising.
I mean, at least let us know if it is. Don't just leave us hanging.
Right. Or B, they forgot about it and aren't really going to worry about it. Which would be very upsetting to me, because
I need my options.
Right, and that's the thing is that honestly the best port to be on the PC platform from Microsoft has been Gears of War 4, hands down. Hell, that game has an FOV slider, I believe,
and an uncapped frame rate and everything.
Right. They need to do that for Halo. I know that you guys want to sell it more on Xbox, but please, you gave us this. The more you give us, the more we enjoy it.
Right.
That's the key thing. The more features you give, the more you appeal to the PC platform, the more chances of that if you released the next Halo game and you did these features, if this custom server's there day one, or the custom browsers is there day one on Halo 6, it's going to be a popular game, whether the people like the style of the actual game, the standard format, or not. Because if so, they can create their own customs. And that's a major thing. And oh god, I actually forgot a few things. Oh my god.
Uh-oh. Here we go. SpaghettiOs.
I'm going to have to edit a little bit. Because
poop.
I've totally forgot to talk about, as well, I forgot to talk about King of the Hill is back. And they also added race. I totally forgot to mention that they brought back King of the Hill and they added race. Which people are right now trying to, you know, figure out how to make the race work. Because from what Duquesne says, it's a little bit complicated. And I am hoping, and if someone out there is listening, please make me a rocket race game type with a race on Sand Trap, and I will love you forever. I will love you forever, because that is so nostalgic to me. If someone could do that with Sand Trap or Valhalla or literally any map.
I want a Rat's Nest remake. I love rocket race on that map.
Dude, I'm sure there's one somewhere on this game. I'm sure there is.
That was such a good map.
Yeah. Okay, guys, so I think that's going to about do it for this video. Again, we really appreciate you guys checking us out, and please let us know what you think. Did you guys like this video? Please leave a like. If you didn't, go ahead and leave a dislike. Let us know what you think of the Monitor's Bounty update. Did you guys like it? Did you not like it? Was there a certain feature you did or didn't like? Let us know in detail down in the comment section down below. And if you did like this video and you do like what we do here, hit the subscribe button, because there's going to be plenty more content coming very soon from Halo, Overwatch, so on and so forth. Coming very soon as we can get recordings done, edited, and out to you guys in the masses. But honestly, guys, thank you for watching. And as always, GamerJlee Insane Matt signing out.
Bye, guys.